Hello, I am Pam, and this is my channel, Made by Pam. So today is Friday, August 26, 2022. August is almost over. Alright, and it's hashtag Friday Sews. So what did I get sewn this week? Well, I finished 3 items. Ones that I've been working on for a while, because it just took some time. Alright, so this pattern, go ahead and give you the pattern number. It's Simplicity 3789. There's a little drawings. Obviously, you can tell I'm not very prepared because I don't even have the... Okay, so obviously you can tell I wasn't prepared because I didn't have the pattern envelope ready available. Go figure. Alright. So it's 3789 Simplicity, and I basically did that one, but I put those sleeves on it. So, because it's the same pattern piece, it's where it's cut different. Which I might have even made the sleeves a little bit longer than what they show on the pattern. But it's what I've done before. And I like the length of the sleeves just being a little bit longer, not up and up. Yeah. Alright, so this is the first one. This is the one that I was having trouble with the collar on, and I did figure it out, and I think I mentioned that in my last video. And this one, you can see here, if you can see that black stitching there, I didn't hand stitch the opening closed. I just went with my sewing machine and machine stitched that closed. And then I did top stitch around the collar. And on the pattern piece itself, it doesn't show it being top stitched on that section. Now there are some pictures that do show that that collar does look a little bit top stitched on the collar, but on the one I was making, it doesn't call for top stitch. Now I am thinking what I would like to do is I'm thinking I want to actually try making that one, but it might have to be in maybe a stable knit or something that has a tiny bit of stretch, but not a whole lot. Something that, you know, would be good. And maybe just, well, I guess it would be fine in just cottons. It says sateen, crepe back satin, crepe de chine, jacquards, laundered cotton. So these are cottons. Well, this one is not a cotton. It's like a polyester or something. Alright, so here is the first one. I'll sit back so you can see it. Now, it does call for like little darts in the back. Like if you can see right there, it does call for like the stitching, like the little darts in the back. Well, I omitted those. I thought, oh, I could put them on there, but I'm not going to. So I got this one, and it's just so busy and so, it's abstract, and I like abstract. Alright, and my chair is squeaking a little bit. It's like the backrest, this wooden piece is squeaking a little bit. Alright, and I've had this chair for, oh geez. So, since I was in high school, so at least since 96. Now, I have changed the seat out several times, like the cover on the seat. But this is like my favorite chair. Alright. Well, and it's my favorite because it's my sewing chair. I have it in my craft room. So I don't have one of those big rolly chairs because that would just be obnoxious. This one, you know, it's great. Alright, so I've got this. Now, I realize that with the buttons, the way that I did the buttonholes, that well, I don't know. Like, looking at the pattern, I'm not exactly sure. I think that the way they had the buttonholes is going across the button placket. I'm pretty sure that's how they had it, because that's... But I could be wrong. Oh no. They had the buttons going up and down. So, you have this little picture here. Right here. Is that right? No, not that one. Maybe that was the stay stitching. I don't know. Where does it talk about the button placket? God, I probably did it all wrong. And I don't remember on my other shirt. My other shirt might be right. My red one. The red one that I was wearing last week with the button placket. That one's probably done right. Yeah, it's probably done right. Because if you see here, okay, which one? Which picture is showing it to me? Like right here. See those button, like, little buttonholes? It has that little piece of paper there. And it's got the buttonholes. Well, it shows the buttonholes going up and down. Wow. Me being me, I put the buttonholes. Let me undo the button so you can see it. Okay, so I did the buttonholes going this way. And obviously it was a little bit longer than the allowance. Yeah, because I used big buttons. So it probably would have been better to do them up and down. But it's done now. And the thing is, well, I'm not worrying about it too much, is because the buttons really are not going to be seen. Unless I wear a regular pair of pants, which, I don't know, that's probably not going to happen. So, so everything's always covered, which is great. Well, no one's going to see that my buttonholes are not quite done the right way. They're done good enough. So here's this shirt. You know, I like it. And I just feel that those buttons went perfect with that. Like this one with these buttons, I did a brown, like a smaller brown button here. Because I went through my button stash. I had to like go through 3 drawers. I have so many buttons. But you know what? That's not going to stop me. If I decide I like more, yeah, I'll probably get some. Alright. And then this is my colorful black floral. Isn't that cute? And of course, I don't have it buttoned up. See, so I used a light blue button on these. Like, I went through all my buttons, and once I got to these ones, I was like, you know what? Those ones have to be on that shirt. And they really don't, like, particularly match any of the flowers. It's just the design itself. And not like anybody's really gonna normally see those buttons. It's just for aesthetics for me. But yeah. So I just have that, and it just kind of blends in. Here's the back, and I didn't pull in those darts. You know, it just wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, so these ones are pretty much done. I can put them in my closet and rotate them through all the shirts that I like to wear. Yeah. Alright. And what else was I going to talk about? Not a whole lot. I was working on the Tunisian crochet thing. So, hey, like, really? Is that really Tunisian crochet? Well, so this is a Country Time lemonade canister, like from the powder. And I got this weird idea that I would put a little rivet on the top of that. And it's got that clean finish, so it's not going to snag. Well, these are the best kind of, like, little... They're not rivets, they're grommets. It's the best kind to use. So these ones are like the tarp ones that you can use for tarps. And these ones are the best kind to use for, like, if you're doing a yarn, like if you're doing a bucket for yarn. So, this one's, I'm not so sure about it yet. But it's not one that they've gone over yet. I was just kind of experimenting, okay? So, and it's looking weird. But, so I was working on it yesterday while I was sitting there waiting for my kids. So I had it ready to do my return row. And my technique on this is probably like horrible, but I don't care. The point is, it's getting done. So I'm not sure how this one will turn out. I'm kind of behind on Becky's Tunisian crochet blocks because I've been busy piddling around doing other stuff. You know, I went to the store with my sister last night, and of course I'm a shopaholic, and I'm a fabraholic, and I'm a craftaholic. And I just like all things craft. You know, any kind of craft you can do, okay? So, if you're a woodworker, alright, I have power tools. But, like, when I was younger, I used to do wood burnings. Like, I would burn a design into a piece of wood. You know, that's one of the things we did during my junior high 9th grade year. We had this little course. So after I pull it through those last two, I've been just adding an extra stitch on here, okay? And then I'm just setting it through that first thing, and then through the second one. So basically, you got that hole there. So basically, it's just, it would be easier if I had it overhead. And I do have an overhead, and I'll show that to you in a minute. I got myself a new tool. But I'm just basically going straight in, like through those openings, and straight in through those openings. So I'm not going like in a bar or anything. Because I was just like, let's try and see how this works. So I'm like totally off kilter with what Becky's doing with Aunt Beck's Creations. but it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll get caught up. Because I'm a slacker. But I have been cleaning, so over the weekend, before my husband got home, yeah, because he was off on annual training, because he's military. He was there for a couple weeks. So I decided to straighten up my craft room a little bit. I think I have an extra stitch here. Maybe I have an extra stitch. Oh well. If I do, it really... Oh, I know why. It's because I add that one right there. But it's the way I've been doing it. So, anywho, I cleaned up, straightened up things, and I decided to get out my other ironing board. Yes, I have more than one ironing board. So, I got one out that I've had for, my oldest is, it's going to be 22 next month. And I've had it since, I guess I got it when I was either pregnant with my daughter or after I had her, but I think I was pregnant with her because we just moved into a new house when my son was, maybe 9 months old. And we gone to a yard sale and they had an ironing board, and it has a little iron rest on it and stuff too. So a nice place to put the iron when it's not in use, because when I am using my iron, I just leave it sitting upright on my ironing board, and then when I'm done using it and I have it turned off, I just put it on the rest, on the little metal rest that's right there next to the ironing board, just because. So see, it's like all curling up on itself. But it looks really cool so far. The insides like a weave. It looks really cool. Anywho, what I want to do is I want to decorate this can. But I was thinking if I do a decoration on the can, maybe I would want to do the live and get some feedback from viewers, but I don't know. I don't really do lives, but I could. It's not that hard. Okay, so another thing. Now, I've shared the Mother Goose theme that I did. I shared that a couple weeks ago. And I already sent it out for the swap. But I was at my thrift store the other day. So on Wednesday, I was at Savers. I'm just taking off the price tag thing. I should have taken it off the first day. I don't know. Sometimes I just leave them on there because then I'm like, oh, that's how much I spent on that. That's awesome. This one was $1.29. That's like an odd price that they put on the books, but that's just fine. So, alright, I got that all cleaned off. So what I was saying, the Mother Goose thing. Alright, So I found this cool little book. It says very short Mother Goose Tales to Read Together. So it basically is like an elaboration on the Mother Goose, like tells. Okay, so the one I have pulled open right here, it's the Peter Pumpkin Eater. So it goes, Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and got to keep her. I always heard it was couldn't keep her. It says, and got to keep her. Gave up pumpkins for his wife, and they stayed happy all their life. Alright. Well, the story in here says, I am Peter. Well, I am his wife. I liked pumpkins all of my life. Pumpkins cooked and pumpkins raw, they were all I ever saw. Pumpkins raw and pumpkins cooked, pumpkins everywhere I looked. Pumpkins night and pumpkins day, so one day I ran away. I was worried that you'd find me. Then I heard you close behind me. In an instant I was caught. Then I had a clever thought. I picked you up, I gave a yell, and put you in a pumpkin shell. I started in to cry and shout, Peter, Peter, let me out. Only if I hear you say you never run away. Only if I hear you swear no more pumpkins anywhere. No more pumpkins, are you sure? No more pumpkins, that's secure. No more pumpkins, do you swear it? Yes, although I cannot bear it. Don't be sad, dear husband Peter. You can be an orange eater. Oranges are orange, too. I like pumpkins, that is true. Well, just like pumpkins, that is true. So Peter, Pumpkin Eater, had a wife and got to keep her. Gave up pumpkins for his wife, and they stayed happy all their life. So, it's just like an elaboration of, like, different things. Like, they had, like, the little, like, thing that talks about, the Humpty Dumpty. And he taped them all up. You know. Of course, I have an illustration of the alligator. And taped them all up. Although it says, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. This one is a little bit different. You know, it does have a little different twist, which is just fine. So, I saw this book, and I'm like, oh, we just did a little stint with Mother Goose. I think I will get this one, because the stories are kind of neat. So, yeah. And I got other books, too, but, you know, that's the way it is. So, I was going to show you my new toy. Alright. Yes, I have a new toy. Alright. And I've got it charging, because it wasn't charged. So I have, oh, if I can get it loose. This is a little control key tag thing for it. So this is like for like the pictures, and this is like the light, and this is for like the light. And I have to figure out how to turn it on and everything. So I was perusing through it. I think it was probably Instagram or Facebook. And this little, like, infomercial type thing popped up for this little unique lighting kit thing. Okay, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure it's one that you don't have to have it plugged in all the time, I would hope. Because it does have charging stuff. Let me unplug it. So, it's just this little box. And here's the light. And, you know, it does have some weight to it because it does need the weight to hold that device as you're trying to record your videos. But yeah. Alright. So basically, I'll make it down so you can actually see. So after you slide it over, to unlock it, and then you can lift up the edge. You don't ever want to lift it up with it all the way slid over, because it does work on a hinge. And then that pulls out, and this goes up like that. And then you just twist it, and it locks it in place. Yeah, because that piece doesn't lift up anymore. And then it's just a telescoping type thing. I hope that's not going to cause it trouble. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty long. Like, so I could have it sitting on the floor. But I don't know. When I do it, I don't know if that's going to be strong enough. Well, and I thought it was supposed to flip. Was I wrong? The other ones I thought flipped. Oh, okay. So it's not this function itself. It's this piece here. Okay. So you twist that like that. And then you can twist that like that. That makes sense. So that's how, because if you just had it like this, it's not going to hold it. So it has to be twisted like that to have the secure hold. And then basically, this also twists like that, because you have the screen on your phone, and you're basically going to put your phone in there so that it's going to, your camera is going to be able to have a clear shot. So I can figure out how to work my phone today. So if I show you, see? I just told that it has the clear shot. And that's the highest as this thing goes. It's from my floor to my thing. So so I can see you kind of like that. Hey, hello! Yeah. Alright. So I'm just thinking that, like, if I choose to do lives and use it with my phone, I can set it above my things. Like, even with, like, some of my videos, because my problem with some of them when I'm trying to do videos is that let me show you my mess on my table, okay? I have this, like, charging thing for my phone, and it kind of sits there and it's mounted to my desk. That I've thought about trying to use, but then trying to finagle it with everything is a pain. So this one also, like, if you're like doing selfies and stuff or whatever, Well, and this also has a light on it. So you can set up your phone on the thing, and you can have it turn like this, or you can have it turn like this. Either way, you can do that. Oh, see, look, it's got a light. Not that you can really see it, because it's very, very bright. There. Alright, so that's the top light. So that's light 1, I guess. This is light 2. So you got that extra light there. So I guess the thing wasn't dead. It would probably work just fine. Yeah, so it works. See? And I don't even have to push the back buttons. Has a different, like, modes and stuff. Doesn't. Oh no, is it switching? And I'll have to connect this to my phone. So this one just turned on. A little bit brighter. Brighter. So it changes a little bit. The different abstracts, you know. Okay, that one actually turned it off. This other one, it wasn't really turning off the light. But yeah, just one of those extra little toys that, you know, I found. As I struggle. Say, the struggle is real, right? Supposed to all telescope in on itself. Thing was being a little bit tough here. But yeah, and then the little thing. This just stores in there when it's not in use. Oh, I gotta, and these little prong things. You can just close those. I'm activating all the lights. Come on. Turn off. And sometimes trying to get it back in where it goes. I don't know. Do I have it wrong? Yeah, my problem was I had this because it has to be flipped like that when you close it. But sometimes it doesn't. It's a little complicated, I say. It's not horribly, but it does have a little bit of complexity to it. Alright. So I'm going to just finish letting those charge. What else? Not much else. Kids are all in school right now. Busy mom driving kids around. Alright. So one other mention is tomorrow morning, Saturday, August 27th, we are revealing the video collab, like for the Coda bag that me and Sherry from Granny's Sewing Room that did a collab on. So I think I have 4 bags that I made. I think one of them's still upstairs. So we're going to reveal those. And I'm not the most pleased with my craftsmanship because, yeah, I'll explain that on tomorrow's video. But I will be recording it today so it can go up first thing in the morning at 8 a.m. So, and I'm Mountain Time. So, she is going to do it so that her video goes up the same exact time that my video goes up. So, at 8 a.m. Mountain Time is my time that the video will go up. So our videos will go up at the same time, yeah. And we'll reveal our bags. I'm going to get that recorded because, you know, busy mom life. And not only that, but aunts, you know. I'm an aunt and I drive my nieces and nephews places, and I drive my sister places, and I take her where she needs to go because that's just what I do. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm a chatterbox, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay creative, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye now.